Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl, and today I'm here to bring you the YA tropes I hate. So I have like a love-hate relationship with tropes because there are some tropes that I'm like, I love these, I can't get enough of them. And there's some tropes that I absolutely hate, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Now I say these are YA tropes, but I have seen them in adult literature as well. These I just feel are very, very predominant in YA. And these are in no particular order of how much I hate them. So without further ado, let's get into the tropes I hate. Number one is a trope that is not necessarily one I hate, it's just one I'm tired of seeing, and that is the chosen one story. Now this is in like every single fantasy novel basically now. You have a main character who's just living their life, doing whatever, and all of a sudden they're dragged into the middle of a war, they're dragged into a whole new life or whatever, and told, you are the only one who can save the entire planet. And they're just kind of like, alright, let's get to it. It's so common now. There are examples of this trope done well, such as Harry Potter, and then there are examples of this trope done poorly. I don't hate this trope, I am just really, really tired of authors relying on it. So trope number two is the boring-ass main character, but her extremely quirky best friend. You get this a lot in contemporary novels where the main character is like, I'm just so average, and I'm so plain, and there's nothing exciting about me. But my best friend here, she has vibrant neon green hair, she collects bottle caps, and she talks to animals. Like, it's a little ridiculous. I don't know why authors do this all the time. I guess it's to try to make the main character relatable enough for the average reader. But, like, it's so obnoxious. And it always seems like during these books that the main character always resents their best friend for being so odd and quirky and weird. But I'm so tired of seeing this. And I'm tired of the opposite of this trope being true, which is the really odd, quirky, strange, like, main character, but everyone else is normal. You see this a lot when it comes to names for characters. For example, let's talk about the Selection series for a bit. You've got America Singer, a very oddly named main character, and everyone else has just normal names. It drives me a little bit crazy when I see that, especially if it's like such an odd name, and everyone else has names like Richard, Keith, Derek, Samantha. Just like super average names, and you've got a main character named like America. It drives me crazy. Kind of along this lines is the third trope I hate, in which it's like the special snowflake main character. If a main character in a book says that she is not like other girls, that's basically immediately I put the book down, because I am so tired of seeing that. I'm so tired of main characters being like, I'm so unique, I'm so special, I'm not like other girls. Unless this is the one person in the world that can like sprout a pair of wings on their back, then they are like other girls. I don't even know how to describe how much I hate this trope, but other than, like I said, if I see the line, I'm not like other girls, I will almost always just put the book down because I'm not about to deal with it. So the YA trope number 4 that I hate is love triangles. These are like never done well. If they are done well, I don't mind them, but like I said, they are like never done well, and basically you've got a main character who strings along 2 other people because they can't decide for 2.5 books who they want to end up with. And then on top of that, when there's a love triangle in a story, it always seems like the actual plot of the book is put on the back burner, and the love triangle is like, what's the focus of the story now? To bring the Selection series right back up, this happens in there because the main character can't decide between 2 boys, and like the world around her is like falling apart. There's war and everything, and her whole entire focus is which boy she's gonna end up with. And this, in the Selection series, is not unique in this. It's not alone. This trope is everywhere. I'm just so tired of main characters having to have like love triangles. It's just, stop, authors, please stop. And trope number 5 is insta-love. Oh boy. Oh boy. I hate insta-love. It's not enough of a hate that I will put a book down when I'm reading it if I see insta-love, but it'll usually knock the rating down lower, because I'm sorry, if you've met a person and after a week you were like, we are soulmates, we are bonded for life, I've never loved a person more than I love this person, then you're full of shit. That's not how love works. You can't absolutely love a person inside and out when you've known them for 48 hours. You see insta love all the time in contemporary YA novels. Even in the adult fantasy novel that I'm currently reading, these two main characters had known each other for like a month, and then all of a sudden their love was so strong that it was able to break this magic that no one else in like the history of the world was ever to break. So like, it's that kind of thing where I'm like, no, stop. Make this believable. I'm sorry, you don't fall in love with someone after like 2 days. And the next trope I'm going to talk about is the fact that in like every contemporary YA novel, parents are either completely absent or they're just absolutely terrible. And so it is super refreshing when you find a YA contemporary novel that has decent parents in it. That you're like, oh, these parents aren't shitty. Because for some reason, every YA novel portrays parents as like either 100% absent, they're not involved in their kids' lives at all, or these parents are just awful. Whether it's like they're physically abusing their children, they're mentally abusing their children, or they're just kind of shitty people. You see it all. Don't get me wrong, if this is like a contemporary novel that is about a parent abusing their child, I completely understand why it's necessary to put that in there. However, if it's just like an average high school story, I don't think every single set of parents needs to be shitty. I'm really tired of seeing that. So authors, take note. Start making parents a little more believable and a little more likable, please. This next one kind of relates to my love triangle one, and that's the fact that I feel like a lot of YA kind of normalizes cheating. You see this specifically with the love triangle, where the main character is not dating either of the two people she or he is stringing along. However, they are like flirting and kissing, both of them, and I'm sorry, but like, that's not okay. You can't really string two people along like that and give both of them your heart. That's not how it works. Now, if they're not dating, I don't know if that can be technically defined as cheating. However, it's even worse when you do see a couple in a YA novel and then like a new person shows up and that person, like the main character, falls for the other person as well and starts flirting despite having not broken up with their original significant other. I see that more in YA than I would like. Cheating is never okay. It is never the answer. It is wrong. It is awful. And I'm sorry, but if your main character cheats, I immediately lose respect. Because these books are aimed at teenagers. Teenagers need to know that these things are not okay. And this last one is one that I feel like a lot more in fantasy, but I know it's kind of in every genre. And that's like the really ice cold, cold-hearted, like, girl. I really don't know how else to describe it, but there's always one female main character who's like made of ice. They're uncrackable. And they're so harsh, and they're so rude, and that's just who they are. And like, these authors don't give and allow these characters to have emotions. So these are just the YA tropes that I personally hate. If you are not bothered by these tropes, then that's perfectly alright. I'm sure there are tropes that you hate that I don't mind. These are just a handful of the ones that I see a lot in YA that I'm tired of seeing. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on all of my social medias, which are always linked down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!